Welcome to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Scooters Plus on Summer Avenue. Now, here's your host, Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
When you hear the sound of coming, hear the drums drumming, I want you to join together with the band. We don't move in any particular directions, and we don't make no collections. I want you to join together with the band.
Yo, yo, yo! Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's in the house, and we got a busy Friday. Yay! It is Friday, and I am so fired up, man. Oh, my goodness. We got games galore to bet on. I'm also fired up because I am 10-0 in the National Football League. The only problem the NFL stands for, not for long. So I'm enjoying this streak that I'm running on because it's absolutely wild. It is, I mean, like right now, the problem is you think that my confidence would just be overflowing. Like I would come in here strutting it, looking a little bit, gelled up, maybe looking good and fresh and stuff. So fresh and so clean, feeling all right. No, man, I'm scared to death these weekend games. I'm like, nobody goes. Like, you don't just keep winning in the National Football League. It is it's a wild ride.
You got to get it in while you got to get it in, right?
Yeah, you do. And I've already spent most of all my winnings, by the way. I bought tickets to Denver.
So let me get this straight.
And I'm going to Red Rocks 2 nights to see Goose with four of my buddies.
Yeah.
Well, shout out. What up, Hale? Radio is going to be there. That's me, Adair, Bubba, and Briscoe. We're going to get down.
So you come out.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Fresh off the bet win with Germany.
Oh, yes. Oh, I've been on fire since last week.
And then you go did you bet on Germany in the final?
No, I did not actually. I didn't touch the final.
Okay.
And I didn't touch the.
You had 10-0 to go to.
I was going to say, man, and also like honestly though, I had a great weekend in college. The only 2 games in college I lost was stupid Texas A&M and stupid Auburn. So I had Texas money line baby last week against Alabama. Woo! And the reason I bring all that up is because we gambling today. We got Lee Sterling at 12 o'clock. Damn, my fingers are too long today. I just smacked the hell out of that. We got Lee Sterling today at 12 o'clock. ParamountSports.com. He's going to come on. We're going to break down our bets. I'm hot as Cooter Brown, and one of the reasons I'm like 10-0 in the National Football League and tearing it up, I'm going to have to give a little credit to my man Lee Sterling at Paramount Sports. He's in Fuego as well. He's at 12. We got Uncle Brasky. T-Money is on his way to Denver right now as we speak. I'm going on October 4th.
He's on his way to
He's on there right now.
He's on his way to Colorado.
He's on his way to Colorado. He's going to go check out a little Dion whipping on Colorado State.
You didn't see that video, huh?
Bro.
Of the dude, of the older white dude that was going crazy after they won last week.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that video.
But
I have some
Colorado.
great video. Colorado.
Collarduh.
Colorado. It's kind of like about it.
I'm rolling with it.
I like it. But we got Lee Sterling at 12 o'clock. We have also Deanna Peraza. She is a world champion. She's going to be in Memphis the 22nd, 23rd for Impact Wrestling. She's at 11:30. I can't wait to talk with her. Again, we have Uncle Brasky at 12:30 telling crazy stories and giving out his bets, his dime bag special of the week. And right there, I know you know who that guy's voice is. He's the historian. He is Jay Ham. He's opening up the show with me. And I got to open up first and foremost last night. Eagles start 2-0 on the season, okay? Both games, they look, I think, rough. Now, Vikings look terrible. 3 first-half fumbles, a second-half fumble. But yet, they still kept that game close. The Eagles are just, they covered. Thank you. Man, I'm so glad I got that John at 5.5. I'd be so ticked off today.
Last night was September football. Truly, week 2 September football. Sloppy, unassuring. A lot of fumbles, a lot of missed tackles, a lot of just sloppy.
Are you talking about the college game or the NFL game? Because both of them were sloppy as all get out last night.
Even the coverage on Prime was sloppy on Amazon Prime. Shout out to them, though, because I do enjoy it.
Man, I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing more annoying than going back from a regular channel and then trying to get your Prime to open up because, the channel, like when the commercials come on and you usually skip back and forth, it don't work. It ain't as smooth on the Prime, though.
Right. I agree with that. But it's just that September football in a nutshell. I didn't catch the whole game because I actually got bored and watching.
Well, you thought the
Memphis and
Eagles were
Navy
going to
was
kill
just
them.
more intriguing to me because I'm like, these people are about to lose to a team that don't throw the football. It was funny to me, but I wasn't rooting for Memphis to lose. I just had some humor.
Man, I'll tell you one thing.
Hill activity.
For Memphis fans, that game wasn't funny in any way. The defense did not wrap up and make tackles, especially in the first half. They were just, that was the worst tackling team I'd seen in the country. They looked like, they didn't want to wrap up. They didn't want to finish anything. Navy was running down their throat. Second half, got to give a lot of credit to Simeon Blair. He came on. He played great, made some big plays. They got huge turnovers, and they got the plays they need from Rock Taylor. They got the play, like Watson, outside of the fumble, he looked really good coming out of the backfield, also catching passes and, just getting up the field. But there's so many things when I look at Memphis after last night's game that give me a pause for cause. One, the defense is, tackling on defense. That is something that scares the hell out of me. Two is, why are all of our receivers catching the ball and then going backwards? Get up the damn field. 3 times last night, they caught the ball and went backwards. One time on a very big, they got the first down. My man gets 11 yards, and then he goes back and he loses 3.
East-west.
I'm like, damn, man, you going the wrong way. And they did that on multiple occasions. Again, 3 times last time I saw them last night. And one dude ran back like 8 yards. It was just ridiculous.
They play a very Big 12 style of football to where they're going to give up a lot. They're going to score a lot of points, but they're going to give up a whole lot of points too. And the tackling is very optional. But it
came up big with some turnovers. Navy, the little quarterback when he put it on the little fullback's hip and popped out. Great swipe of the ball though by Simeon Blair. The turnovers were huge, but man, Memphis, and I also got lucky because I had Memphis minus 13.5. I lost that bet. No way I was going to win it. But during the game when they were losing, and it went to Navy minus 115 and Memphis minus 110, I jumped on the money line. But in the final 2 minutes of that football game, I was scared to death.
That close.
If Brian Newberry knew how to run the clock in the 2 minutes,
it wasn't good under Justin Fuente. It wasn't good
under Mike Norvell.
It hasn't been really good under the last 3 coaches for that matter. But they still fight. This was why I associated with the Big 12. They'll outscore you. You see a lot of 30-40 style games, if not higher, in the Big 12. Mm-hmm. Especially in present day, So.
Shoot, back in the day when Sam Bradford was rocking things, Big 12 always been a team that,
Did Patrick Mahomes and Baker Mayfield have a game in the Big 12 where they both put up like 60?
Oh, yeah. They'll have some games back and forth.
Something crazy like that.
But, man, this is not a Big 12 team. This was Navy. No. And this is a Navy team that I did not think that was extremely talented. But, boy, they fought their little tail off last night.
Well, you got me on that one.
Yeah, that just was one of them games that just scared the bleep out of you. You know what I mean? It was not cool. Now, Memphis's next opponent is Missouri. They play Kansas State this weekend. It's an early game. It's in Columbia, so they're at home. But they play Kansas State, and Kansas State, man, that's a team that has one of the best quarterbacks in the country. They look really good, but they haven't played anyone. You talk about teams that haven't played nobody. They played Southeast Missouri, and damn it, I forgot. Troy.
See?
They played Troy. They haven't played any competition either. Now they play Missouri. That's it's going to be a good game because next week on the 23rd, Memphis has to go up to St. Louis and play Missouri. So I'm going to be watching that game close.
23rd is next week, huh?
Yeah, it is next Saturday.
That's going to be one.
That's the best college day of the year I've looked at.
Yeah, that's going to be one white hot Saturday of college football.
That is.
I'm looking forward to that one myself. Not to get ahead, but because I really look forward to each week. It's football, man. It's just it's fall, it's football. That's what we look forward to, and I like to see the chatter among fans. That's just kind of the stuff that just draws interest in me, especially on social media, because I made a Spider-Man meme the other day, John. It was like 7 different Spider-Mans. They were all pointing at each other, and I had them all tagged by fan, Cowboys fans, this fan, Steelers fans. And it's like, all y'all are just alike, just to have fun with it, whether it's betting, whether it's fantasy, loyalty to, tribalism for your teams or whatever the case. It's always fun in that instance, even when you have bad Thursday night games like last night, not to say it was a bad game.
Oh, no. I mean, for a Memphis fan, it was a scary game. It wasn't
especially
it
on
was
the
an
college
interesting
side.
game. I mean, it was tight throughout. I didn't know who was going to win at any given moment. And again, when Memphis had a chance to punch it in from the 1 yard line and basically end this junt, fumble the ball and give it right back to Navy. And let me tell you something, I was about to pull my hair out at that point.
And then for them to say that last play was a first down, it's like, he said it. This dude was like 2 yards behind the line.
That was a bad officiated game.
I mean,
It just really
but
was.
I look at even with the officiating, September.
Yeah.
Week 3, September game. It is what it is, you know. They got the W, though, so I'm cool with that.
Well, now I got to ask you something that's it's basically it's the talk of college football. And heck, I think it was ESPN's First Take was in Colorado today.
Everybody.
Fox has had the last 2 Colorado games. The Colorado-Nebraska game was almost the same ratings as Texas and Alabama, just a couple ticks underneath it. I mean, Colorado football and Deion Sanders, what he has done is just insane. I mean, Shador, his kid, is an absolute freak. His other son, who plays safety, is pretty damn good. I mean, I look at that team. Travis Hunter playing both ways, averaged like 130 snaps a game. He's a freak, man.
And I think that'll get load managed as we go along, maybe. But if he a dog like that, he a dog like that.
That's true. And I think he a dog like that.
And I think that's something that his coach gonna say. You know, he would say the same thing. Hey, he a dog like that. You know, but
Man,
the
dude.
galvanization that they've put on college football in general, just, you know, I hadn't watched a Colorado-Nebraska game on purpose since 1994.
Dang. So, like,
This
that
is
was
when
that
Cordell
Rashawn
Stewart
Salam
was still there. Mac McCarthy was still coaching the
McCarthy.
Buffs.
Promise Keepers. You remember
Lawrence
that?
Phillips and Tommy Frazier on the other side. You know, so it's like this was that long. It was almost 30 years since I watched a Nebraska-Colorado game on purpose with the intent. So the kid, you know, to come in Saturday 11, they started at 11. So that's a 10 a.m. kickoff in Colorado.
Shoot, it don't matter. This team's going to be the most pumped
Yeah.
up thing. And by the way, you've heard what Jay Norvell did.
And
by
then
sticking
tomorrow
his
night
mouth-
they don't kick off to 9.
Hold on. You saw what Jay Norvell did, right?
Yes.
So Jay Norvell, nobody knows who he is. Now they know who he is because he's Colorado State's coach who put his foot in his mouth. Went out there and disrespected Deion. Told him that when he was talking on the thing and said when he talks to other adults, he takes his glasses and his hat off.
You know the fun part about that for me? All of this is it's calculated.
Well, let me tell you
Your
something. This is a
program-
miscalculation.
If your program is 3-10 with you at the helm, and you see the spike and the rise in attention to where the game that you're being featured in, college game day is coming, and they ain't coming for you. They coming for your opponent, but they're coming for the show that your opponent brings. You might as well get your jab in too. Professional Wrestling 101.
I feel you there, and I get it. And we're going to talk a little wrestling today with Deanna Peraza, but man,
Get some attention on your team. Let people see this because it's only going to be
but
good.
Colorado State gave up 50
They
something,
got-
50 points at least to Washington
They
State.
got 3 minutes, John. He used those 3 minutes wisely.
Yeah, he did.
People laugh at him. After Sunday, people won't even think about it no more.
Well, I'll tell you what I did, and I'm thinking about it because I've been thinking about it since yesterday. After he said those things, you know what I did? I went and immediately jumped on my little gambling site, and I took Colorado over 41.5 points. And the reason I did is because I think they win by 100. And I don't know if you heard this, but I'm going to play it for you in here. This is just off my phone. Who knows how great it's going to sound. But this is Colorado yesterday after they found out what Jay Norvell said. And tell me if this doesn't have you ready to run through a brick wall. I mean, this dude, I'm telling you, this is about to be sick. If I can figure out how to put, there we go. Man, I stink at this.
We in the if a bear's in the wilderness and they step in a bear trap, what are they willing to do to get out of that bear trap? Shoot their leg off. We keep getting disrespected. Our leader keep getting disrespected online. We got to make this shit right. You ain't going to come in my
Dump.
You ain't going to come in my hood, Travis J. You're not going to come in my hood and disrespect my homie right. You're not going to disrespect my leader right. We ride with our five. We ride with
Dude, they riding with their 5, and they are coming to play. Man, they had the F thing bleeped out, and I didn't even pick up the S word bleep. Sorry about that. Thank you, Jay, for your fast fingers.
Hey, quick on his feet over there.
He's quick on his feet over there. But I'm telling you, man, I think Colorado comes out, and they just roll Colorado State. They're going to hang over 100 on them. I'm sure that's why I went over 41.5. I mean, this is going to get nasty. And remember, Shedeur Sanders, 9 touchdowns, 900 yards passing, 0 interceptions. And if Washington State, by the way, who is a good football team, Pac-12's just got a good league right now. They're a little bitty quarterback ward, ain't no joke. But he ain't Shedeur Sanders. I'm just telling you, Cam Ward is not Shedeur Sanders, and he went out there and threw 5 touchdown passes and for 600 yards all over their face.
Ain't it a shame what's happening to the Pac-12? That they balling like they balling.
It's just it's fitting.
And
it's completely falling apart. It's dissolving.
What's
and it's the
wild,
first
though,
time they're
John,
good.
is that it's about TV, but you add Prime to the conference, and he's gonna bring you TV.
And then he bounces and says, "Hey, what's up, Big 12? How you doing?"
And see, this is all more reason why Memphis needs to be in the Big 12 going forward. Doubt that happens, but we got a Christmas wish list too.
Man, by the way, have you been paying attention to the Memphis on Memphis crime with the Tigers and the Grizzlies? It's kind of depressing. Like,
no.
I mean, listen, I like both teams. Like, can you not like both?
Yeah, but
if there's 2 10s in front of you, and I'm not saying they're both 10s, but let's just say there's a 7 and a 10. You're not going to love them both the same?
I mean, I am, but I'm not going to be depressed either. I'm having too much fun with this stuff, John.
I bet you are. I bet you are. I don't know, man. Some of the back and forth bickering about the money going to Simmons Bank Liberty.
Because see, here's my thing with that. You're not. The conversation is asinine, to be honest with you. It's like we know where the priority is. Last night, I think, was an indication of such. You can make an excuse about it being Thursday night, this, that, and the other.
Man, an excuse. That's like gives you an opportunity. On Saturday, most people are going to be down in Oxford. Right. They're going to be at home watching all the games on television.
Well, it's like I made a statement on here a few weeks ago about the Southern Heritage Classic in its past. That one game was outdrawing Memphis football for a long time, or outdrawing seasons of Memphis football for a long time. So, I mean, it's needed, but the NBA is going to always be the show because I don't like it when people say, well, yeah, okay, but what happened when Ja leave? Well, there's a draft every year. We recruit when we go back to the pool and you go find more talent. Easier said than done. But you still have superstars on other teams that sell your tickets in the NBA too. Go back to those first couple years with the Grizzlies in the Pyramid. That's pretty much what it was. We were rooting for the Grizzlies, but we were coming to see the rest of the league. Oh, man,
you talking about when Bonzi was like our best player back in the day? I ain't going to lie to you. We were coming to see the other teams.
Right, But just me personally, I think that the Tiger fan base, I think they're disillusioned they have a disillusioned perception about who they really are, especially with Tiger basketball. They think they're bigger than what they are. The fan base. Now, I'm not talking about the school or the program.
You're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. People listening.
But we have a generation under us. They don't feel the same way about the Tigers that like our generation feel. We grew up with WPTY Channel 24, the whole deal, that era. It's not like that. These kids grow up today. They grew up with the Grizzlies. It's a different model, different fold. College basketball is way different what it was when we were growing up than what you see now, which is still monster. It's just different.
Wow.
In a whole lot of ways. And so the dynamics of it is like you'll have to kind of really remove, I don't want to say stop loving it, but you have to understand what you're loving and that it's not what it was growing up as it was when we were growing up. Yeah. And it's a hard pill to swallow if that's all you know.
Yeah, that's true.
As a fan, that's a hard pill to swallow. It's tough, but the argument itself, Come on, man.
Well, I got to switch gears real quick because you are the historian and you do the NBA as good as anybody. Got to ask you, what do you think about the new kind of the rules where the NBA is cracking down on star players taking games off for load management if there's not a true injury? I saw yesterday that if a team rests players during nationally televised games or during the in-season tournament games, or if they rest multiple stars during just a regular game, then that team can be fined $100,000. Now, $100,000 feels like a lot of money to us. Some of those dudes are making over $100,000 and a half in the NBA, but still, it's $100K. My question though is this good? Do you think it's weird? How you feel about the new rule? I mean, it makes sense to me. I get it. I've heard tons of complaining. I mean, when you go down and you pay your hard-earned money to go see a team, and then they sit in everybody, that's actually good because it just don't matter because they're on the night of a back-to-back or whatever. That is kind of frustrating.
It's the Kawhi Leonard rule for one.
Yes, it is.
Because the first question when I seen them rumoring that they were about to.
But how old is Kawhi right now? Because did you see if you're if you're 35 or older, you are exempt.
It's also within that guideline because the question I asked was like, okay, how are you determining stars in this instance, All-Star or All-NBA within a 3-year frame? Kawhi just fits that. I looked at it.
And that star, by the way, is also defined as somebody who's been named to an all-star team or an all-NBA team in the past three previous years.
Kawhi did his, I think, in 2021. He's admitting because he's been injured. And so he's right at that 3-year threshold. Now, as far as them making the rule, I'm glad that they did it just so people can stop crying about it. Me personally, what I feel about it, I'm indifferent to it. Because your availability in the end is still going to matter. So by you forcing teams to play their guys, what are you doing? You're still going to get a bad quality of basketball if people are not physically ready to play that day.
But what do you think? What do you say?
Extend your season schedule-wise, in terms calendar-wise, rather, not more games.
They've done that. They have cut back on the back-to-backs. They've done so much. So I feel like, if you're, load management is something that.
And it's $100K, John. You know why it's $100K? And they're not saying that the penalties get excessive right now, are
the
they?
Teams that want to rest for the playoffs and stuff, they're going to pay the $100K.
Man, they're going to cash out the league off instead of $100K.
Yep.
If they got to do it, they got to do it. I want to see them play every, and I totally get, we got fans that buying the tickets. They only get a chance to see this star. I'm completely on board with that, too. A reality of it is something different,
One other thing, though, if you were wondering, there's only 7 players that, by the way, follow under the exempt rule. That is LeBron James, Steph Curry, Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, James Harden, my kinfolk, DeMar DeRozan, and then Mike Conley.
So there's an age to it?
You got to be 35 or older when the season starts.
Kawhi,
and you have to.
Kawhi ain't far away.
He ain't far away, and you've had to log 30 or log 34,000 minutes. So that's the little rule right now, and we'll see what happens, man. NBA's not too far away. I think they believe, we got Fan Day on the 23rd next week.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm glad that they said it, so people can stop griping about it.
Yeah.
Let's relax that and let's.
You can't say anymore, I'm not going to watch the NBA if they're not going to play their stars.
It's kind of like how the same thing that they did with flopping. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, I'm glad that they did it so they can shut y'all up. These dudes are going to adjust and they're going to continue to flop and get calls. That's just the nature of what it is. And it's kind of the same thing with load management. They'll get around it.
It is wild. It is wild. By the way, you are a wrestling fan. Deanna Purrazzo is going to join me on the other side.
Shout out to Impact. I didn't know this.
Coming back, baby.
I'm a wrestling fan, but I didn't know that they were celebrating 1,000 episodes last night. Otherwise, I would have watched. So I'm a fan of, and they brought back a lot of the names. I went back and looked at some of the videos on Twitter, whatnot. It was cool, though. That was a good milestone for them. Company started by dudes who started Memphis Wrestling, Jarrett and his son Jeff. They started Impact Wrestling. Eventually, kind of went through the business deal. They sold off their shares and whatnot. But 1,000 episodes, and this was over 21 years ago when they started. So,
man,
they were going pay-per-view every week at first.
Dang.
$10 pay-per-view every Wednesday. to Spike TV to not having no TV to the Destination Network. Now they back on Access TV and doing well.
Man, do me a favor, plug away, tell people where they can find you.
94 Feet Historian on Twitter. Although I don't tweet, I do read tweets and retweet and steal videos and pictures and stuff. 94 Feet of Life group on Facebook. Join the conversation over there. YouTube.com/@94 Feet of Life. Hoops seem to be back on in a minute. And we we live and ready for baseball and we're good with football.
I can't wait till October.
YouTube.com/SCEN1 @SCEN1. That's where you'll find views from the 22 in the dish. Shout out to Stoppage Time FC. They're my brothers over there. We do our thing, man.
Man, everybody take a quick time out because when we come back, we got Deanna Purrazzo on this bad boy. Sports 56 98.5 FM.
We are real sports talk. Sports 56 WHBQ. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, stay tuned in to Real Sports Talk. Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Ready for a new ride? We got it covered at Gossett Kia on the Pike. 41 MPG Highway, we got it with 2023 Kia Forte LXS. $229 a month, $29.99 to its signing. Get some EV action in 2023 Nero EV Wind SUV. 253 miles of EPA estimated range, $269 a month, $49.99 to its signing. Plus, check out 2023 Kia EV6 Wind. Get up to 134 city, 101 highway MPGE, $399 a month, $49.99 to its signing. And Gossett will include a free charger with your EV purchase, all 36-month leases, plus Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Ask for Bobby J. He's ready to put you in a new Kia today. Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or online, KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 36 months, 650 acquisition fee, Forte LSX, PE 678,605, MSRP 21,610, Nero P507859, MSRP 41,090, EV6 P5610964, MSRP 49,687, includes all rebates and incentives, must finance through Hyundai, excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 10/2/2023 with approved credit, dealer stock only.
If you need glass replaced, there's only one name you need to know. Binswanger Glass, the largest full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 145 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Binswanger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. Visit Binswanger Glass in Midtown at 340 South Hollywood, across from the Liberty Bowl. Visit binswangerglass.com. Binswanger Glass.
Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch has an offer you can't refuse. They will pay you to do business with them if you want luxury. And I'm talking the Genesis G70 car. If you would love to have that kind of new technology, they will give you a $1,000 rebate when you finance with Genesis Motor Finance. In other words, they'll pay you $1,000 to do business with them, and you get brand new luxury. You can't beat it. That's Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis, right at the corner of Craft Road and Highway 78 in Olive Branch. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch, where customer retention is amazing. There's a reason. They take care of you with a team that's been together for a long time. Whether it's finance or whether it's service, you can't beat them. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis.
If you've tried to buy a Rolex watch lately, you know how difficult it is. New models are in rare supply. Some jewelers put you on wait lists. Others make you buy their other jewelry at inflated prices just to be considered for a Rolex purchase. Well, that's all changed now that Genesis Diamonds has arrived. Genesis Diamonds is the premier dealer of luxury pre-owned Rolex timepieces. People who come in are shocked to see Daytonas, Hulks, Submariners, Pepsis, Datejusts, all the hard-to-find Rolex watches ready to wear today. At Genesis, we've used our worldwide connections to find only the first luxury pre-owned Rolexes, immaculate, pristine watches, fairly priced with no strings attached, and with flexible financing options. So enough with the wait list and the retail jeweler games. Get the Rolex of your dreams today at Genesis Diamonds. And if you already have a Rolex and are interested in trading up, we also have Rolex buyers on site every day. Just another example of how we're forever changing the jewelry landscape here. Genesis Diamonds, official jeweler of the Tennessee Titans at Poplar and Perkins Extended.
we interrupt this broadcast for special news and information concerning family leisure.
The world's biggest spa sale is back and bigger than ever at Family Leisure. How is that possible? Well, let me tell you. You start off with 50 different spa models to choose from 5 different manufacturers. Then you throw in up to 30% off in-stock spas and swim spas. But is that all? Oh, no. You get free upgrades on all in-stock spas, plus 24 months, same as cash. Wow! This is the kind of sale that you just can't have every day. But it's happening right now at Family Leisure, the world's biggest spa sale. Soak in the savings right now at Family Leisure, Witten Road and I-40. You know the place where family and fun come together.
Please remain calm and walk. Don't run to Family Leisure. And now back to your regular programming.
All 36 months, 650 acquisition, P40 LSX, PE 678605, MSRP 21610, Nero, P507859, MSRP 41090, EV6, P5610964, MSRP 49687, includes all rebates and incentives, must finance through Hyundai, excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details, offer valid through 10/2/2023 with approved credit, dealer.com. Hey, Jeff Allen, I hear Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah is about to blow my socks off.
That's right, Brandy. Get 41 MPG Highway with the 2023 Kia Forte LXS, $229 a month, $29.99 do-it signing.
What about those cool new EVs?
I've got EV action with a 2023 Nero EV Win SUV, 253 miles of EPA estimated range, $269 a month, $49.99 do-it signing. And a 2023 Kia EV6 Win, 134 city, 101 highway MPGE, $399 a month, $49.99 do-it signing. Plus, you'll get a free charger with every EV purchase, all 36-month lease.
And Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah.
Ole Miss Rebel Yell is back. The Rebel Yell Hotline Radio Show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Yancey Porter with 24/7 Sports, former Ole Miss defensive tackle Mike Fitzsimmons, Gordon Ford covering SEC Sports Call, and former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Darby. From kickoff to free throw to extra innings, your Ole Miss Sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline Show right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM. Your Mid-South Sports Station.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Scooters Plus on Summer Avenue. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes rabbit. He choke. He's so mad, but he won't give up. Daddies, he know he won't have it. He knows his whole back to these ropes. It don't matter. He's dope. He knows that, but he's broke. He's so stagnant. He knows when he goes back to this mobile home. That's when it's back to the lab again, yo. This old rhapsody better go capture this moment and hope it don't. You better lose yourself in the music. The moment you own it, you better never.
Welcome back to Little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's on the other side. Big thanks to Jay Ham. We talked to him in the first segment. Don't forget, we got a lot of gambling to get to. It is the weekend, baby. It's a Friday, and we're going to make some money at 12 o'clock. We got Lee Sterling of Paramount Sports coming on. He's on fire. And don't forget, baby, I'm 10-0 in the National Football League, so I'm actually just tearing things to pieces. Now, I got to also remind you, since I made a lot of money, bought some tickets to Denver, going to go see Goose at Red Rocks a couple nights in October. But also I had to make my little way over to 3425 Summer Avenue over to Scooters Plus. I got to check out their golf carts, you know, going down to the lake down in Pickwick and stuff. You got to have a golf cart to get around Pickwick, right? Go over to Scooters Plus. They have the best. If you need to go to Heber, if you're going down to Pickwick, or if you're going even down to Sardis or whatever, you're going to need a golf cart at your crib, man, so you can just, like, you know, go out on the lake, have a little bit of fun, have a couple pops, maybe a little Tito's here, get on that go-kart and run around. Plus, if you're looking for UTAs, or no, that's that's not what I was looking for. ATVs is the word I was looking for. If you're looking for ATVs, dirt bikes, scooters, check it all out at Scooters Plus. Again, parts, repairs, sales, and service. 3425 Summer Avenue. Now it's time to talk a little bit of wrestling. We got Impact Wrestling's Deonna Purrazzo. She's going to be in Memphis, Tennessee on the 22nd and 23rd, of course, of September. Next weekend, next Friday and Saturday. Impact Wrestling last night is started, I think it was the first episode, celebrating their 1,000th episode. Again, they're coming back to Memphis. It's been 11 years. She is a 3-time, that's right, you heard it, 3-time Knockouts world champion, and she joins me now. What's up, Deonna?
How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you? Are you enjoying Memphis?
Oh, yes. I've been enjoying it very much so.
Well, I hope you got a little bit of Q in you now. I got to ask you, though, you're going to be back. It's been 11 years since you've been back to Memphis. Impact has been just tearing things up. They're celebrating their 1,000th episode. You're a 3-time knockout world champion. How is life over at Impact? What's been going on in your career lately?
Yeah, Impact is amazing. I cannot say enough how grateful I feel to be a part of our roster, how incredible my journey has been here over the last 3.5 years. Like you said, I'm a 3-time knockouts world champion. I look forward to getting that championship back in the near future, and I'm excited to start that journey here in Memphis.
Not only are you a 3-time champion, I also saw that you were ranked number 3 out of 150 female wrestlers in Pro Wrestling Illustrated, women's top 150 back in 2021. You were also on the cover of PWI in June of 2023. What does that feel like to know that, when you started out on this journey, you probably had no idea of what was going to become, and then you have come this far, and you can look back and say, you know what, I'm a world champion, and I'm the number 3 ranked woman in the world.
It's interesting because all I've ever wanted to do was be a professional wrestler. I was 9 years old when I told my parents I'm going to be a wrestler one day. So in my brain, I was always going to be not number 3, but number 1 in the world. So when they told me I was number 3, I was like, that's really incredible, because the year prior I was ranked much lower than that. So to feel recognized and have all my hard work and dedication really be out on display for the world as number 3 was an amazing feat, but it just showed me there's more work to be done. So I got to hustle a little bit harder because I want to be number 1.
I like that, man. You were molded in the dark, man. You got to go out there and you want to be number 1. I dig that. I'm just kind of surprised when you said you always wanted to be a professional wrestler. You knew this at 9 years old. I had no idea I was going to get into radio. I got very lucky and pretty much fell into my lap. I was bartending downtown after I got out of college, and there was a radio station above me. I talked with Mickey James yesterday. She was an equestrian. She graduated high school, really didn't know where she was going. How did you know at 9 years old that this is what you wanted to be? Were you looking up to somebody, another female in the sport at that time?
Yeah, so I have a twin brother, and he was a really big wrestling fan, and he is the person who showed me wrestling for the first time. And once I saw the women do it, I just thought, like, I was a cheerleader, I was a gymnast, I ran track in high school. Like, I was always an athlete, and to see the athleticism, the strength, the power, the sexiness of the women on TV, I was like, I think I could do that one day, and I think I could be good at that. It kind of combined all the skills that I had through my sports at that point, and I was like, that could be really fun. So I was just instantly drawn to women's wrestling. And then, for me, some of my biggest inspirations are Trish Stratus and Mickey James and Gail Kim. And to be able to, now work with some of those girls and be friends with some of them, and they're my mentors, it's really, really full circle and really, really cool.
Deanna, I got to know. So you had the looks, you had the athleticism. How did you come up with basically your arm bar, your signature move? How did you figure out like the thespian part of it, about how do you sell yourself and keep? I mean, what was the hardest part? Because again, if you got the looks and you got the athleticism, you got to learn the other parts of it. How was that coming along? And when you were coming up, was it a little surprising?
Yeah, I think with wrestling, you fall in love with the theatrics of it. You fall in love with the show of it and the interaction with the people. And it's such an adrenaline rush to go out there and be able to, like, control emotions the way we do. But then there's that behind-the-scenes part of it where, yeah, you're learning how to do the wrestling and how to take bumps and how to survive after taking those falls. It doesn't feel good, and then on top of that, you're traveling multiple days a week. You're in airports, you're on planes, you're in cars. That is, I think, the hardest thing to adapt to. Is, I like to say, our lifestyle is hurry up and wait. You're hurrying up to the airport and then you're waiting, and then you're hurrying on the plane and you're rushing out and you're waiting in traffic, so I think that the behind the scenes is the toughest part to get used to, that lifestyle that we all become accustomed to when you're, an Impact Wrestling superstar and you're living in your stardom.
That sounds actually like a little bit of fun and scary all at the same time. Now, I want to know, where did you come up with your signature move? What is it, the Fujiwara armbar?
Yeah, so that actually is something that kind of fell into my lap. I was traveling to a show in Long Island, New York, probably 7 or 8 years ago now, and I was with my trainer, and I was running late. I was stuck in traffic, and the promoter had asked me and my trainer, like, hey, we're going to have her, whatever match it was, number 4, we have, some other stuff going on in the show. Could she have a really technical match, and maybe does she do an arm bar or something? And I was like, oh, I don't do an arm bar. And my trainer was like, you could do the Fujiwara arm bar. And I was like, I don't know what that is. I was new. And he just showed me a video of it, told me how to get into it while we were driving, and that's what I did that night to win the match. And it got a really great reaction. And it just kind of stuck with me. It's something I've kept since that day. And, there's been evolutions to it. I do a single arm bar, which is just the Fujiwara. And then when I get both arms, it's called the Venus de Milo, after the Greek statue of the woman without her arms. So it's evolved a little bit since then.
I like it. I love it. That was a great description of how you just fell in your lap. Got to ask you now, because when you were young and you had your brother who kind of helped get you into wrestling, and then you saw women come up, I've been sitting here listening to you and thinking about you, and you said that you were a cheerleader. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, my youngest daughter is a sophomore at Ole Miss, and she's a cheerleader for down in Oxford. She's a history major. I feel like she's just there to cheerlead and have fun and be part of a sorority. So when she's done, she's got the looks and the athleticism. I guess I need to get her into wrestling maybe. What's the lifestyle on the road like?
Yeah, first of all, I think that cheerleading and gymnastics lend so many similarities to professional wrestling, and I think that when you come from that type of athletic, highly competitive background, you kind of thrive in the environment that we're in. So I think the lifestyle is very similar to that of a competitive cheerleader, where, again, you're hurry up and waiting. You prepare for months, one routine to go to competition or to perform at the halftime of the football game. And that's kind of what we do. We prepare for whether it's weeks or months or years before you have your first match, and hopefully it goes well, and hopefully you win, and hopefully people like you. But the lifestyle it's rough, because next week before our shows in Memphis, my husband and I will fly out from Orlando, Florida, to Memphis. We'll be there late Thursday night. We got to get up early on Friday and go to the gym, get a tan, and make sure we're at the building early enough. Girls have it way rougher because we're in hair and makeup all morning, all afternoon to get ready for the show. And then it's, like I said, it's that adrenaline where your nerves are building and anticipating for your music to hit, and you go out there and then you're on a cloud 9. But then afterwards you have to come down, and sleep, I swear, is the roughest part for me, because I can't relax. I'm so hyped up from what we just did and the reactions we got and the music and the people and the environment that to do it all again the next day is exhausting, but it's so worth it.
We're talking with Deanna Purrazzo. She is a 3-time champion. She's going to be here in Memphis, Tennessee again, because Impact Wrestling is back. They return to Memphis for 2 nights. It's the Mid-South Mayhem at Graceland Live, September 22nd and 23rd. Mickey James is going to be there. They got a whole cast of characters. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. They just celebrated their 1,000th episode. I believe last night was the first of the 2. And all kinds of great things are going on. Just got to also ask you, we were talking about a little bit of wrestling. What was the most difficult match you've ever had, and why?
I would say the most difficult match I've ever had is versus Jordan Grace at Under Siege this past May. The stipulation was that I was 3-0 up against Jordan, and I was also the current Knockouts champion at the time. And if Jordan did not defeat me that night, she could never challenge me again for the Knockouts World Championship. So it was like high stakes. It was do or die for her.
Wow.
And she is one of the toughest, strongest, has the most willpower of anyone I've ever met and been in the ring with. And to compete against her on a regular night is a really tough thing. But with those kind of stakes, it was, again, do or die for her. So I think we both threw everything we had and then some at each other. And I was fortunate enough to come up with a victory, retain my Knockouts World Championship, and then she could never challenge me again. But that, I think, was the hardest fought battle I've had.
Man, everybody go get your tickets at smartseat.graceland.com. Again, Impact Wrestling is back. It's been an 11-year hiatus. They're back. It's going to be the 22nd and 23rd. It's Mayhem at Graceland Live. Deanna Purrazzo will be there. Deanna, thank you so much for your time. Be blessed. And when you're here, enjoy Memphis and get you some Q from Central Barbecue.
I absolutely will. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. That is Deanna Purrazzo. Got to tell you also, man, right now, if you need a little cash because you want to get them tickets and you want to go on the 22nd, 23rd, guess what? You can sell your house right now because I got a guy who's guaranteed to close in 5 days. That's my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Any house, any area, as is. As simple as that. Just pick up the phone, give him a call. It's 901-406-1101. Call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Back in 2 Shake Sports 56 98.5 FM.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey everybody, fall is happening here in Olive Branch at All-Star Chevy. Not only can you get the new 2023 Silverado this week, you can get financing as low as 0 interest for 3 months with no payments. And your good credit deserves this. So come drive a Silverado or one of these new Traverses. See Kevin or Jeff if you want to do a custom order. And if you're a first responder, educator, military, recent college grad, healthcare professional, September is your month for bonus cash and more here at All-Star Chevy. Just see Kevin or Jeff, and they asked me to thank all of you who are bringing your cars and your trucks here to sell. All-Star is still paying crazy good money, and you can get a check today, even if you still owe money on it. And All-Star certified and pre-owned selection is loaded. I see lots of Silverados, Ram trucks, here's a Denali, even a Mercedes. They're all spot on. And if you need service or maintenance, call Sean or Jeff in the All-Star service department. Remember, it's not the Pike, not South Haven, not Bartlett, not Mount Moriah or Collierville. It's got to be Olive Branch, people. So find new roads to All-Star Chevy today or go to allstarautogroup.com.
WeatherGuard, the name that stands for unmatched security in truck boxes, is now making a name for itself on the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series circuit. WeatherGuard is the official sponsor of the safety and security work crews at Speedway Motorsports tracks across the country. Engineered to meet the demands from job sites to race sites, WeatherGuard truck boxes feature double welded seams, weather-tight seals, and high security latches and locks. If it's a job worth doing, it's a job worth WeatherGuard. Learn more at weatherguard.com/truck.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic-approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jenkins Floors and More in Hernando is growing. This family business started up 5 years ago with just one pallet, and now they have hundreds. Tim, the owner, gets calls from people everywhere and can sometimes save them up to 50% on wood flooring, carpet, tile, and vinyl. Jenkins Floors and More helps with renovations, home building, and installation. Jenkins Floors and More, number 6 East Commerce Street in Hernando. Also in Little Rock and coming soon to Tennessee. Call 662-469-9350 for more information.
It's time to go where the season takes you, and it's the season for savings at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Go for miles more with 43 MPG Highway in your 2024 Mitsubishi Mirage. $17,815 or $229 a month. 2024 Eclipse Cross eludes sleek and sporty style at $29,695 or $399 a month. Discover the new 2024 Mitsubishi Outlander SUV with third row and 7-passenger seating. Now $29,885 or $449 a month. And they're all equipped with Mitsubishi's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. We're ready to put you in a new ride today at Gossett Mitsubishi, 1870 Covington Pike, or 24/7 at MemphisMitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
All 84 months. Mirage RH 00782, MSRP 18315. Eclipse RZ 001693, MSRP 30,445. Outlander RZ 005762, MSRP 31,385. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Excludes tax title and licensee. Dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit. Dealer stock only.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by Scooters Plus on Summer Avenue. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes rabbit. He choke. He's so mad, but he won't give up. Daddies, he know he won't have it. He knows his whole back to these ropes. It don't matter. He's dope. He knows that, but he's broke. He's so stagnant. He knows when he goes back to this mobile home. That's when it's back to the lab again.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Jay Morgan. Big thanks to Deanna Perrazzo. She joined us on the other side. Impact Wrestling. They're back for a little mayhem, man. September 22nd, 23rd. Get ready to party like a rock star, play ball like an all-star, and go check everybody out at Impact Wrestling. They will be down at Graceland Live. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Now, we're about to have some more fun because it's time for us to make a little bit of money. Lee Sterling is on the other side. ParamountSports.com. If you joined him the first couple of weeks, I'll tell you one thing. You are doing extremely well. ParamountSports.com. Check it out. But Lee Sterling is next. I want to remind you, these aren't his plays. These are mine right now. I hope you got that under 59. It's gone down to 58.5. Not a huge jump, but I'm talking about the under in the Tennessee and Florida game. I like it. I like it a lot. I also got, man, that Tennessee -6 is also kind of staring at me. I just keep thinking about Graham Mertz is playing quarterback for Florida, and I know Joe Milton's playing for Tennessee, but damn, at least Tennessee can run the football. Florida got pushed around by Utah. Tennessee going to push them around? I hope so. It is in Gainesville, though. It is in Gainesville. I'll give you, like, if I had, Jay, you're a 5-star guy, right? Or a 3-star guy?
Yeah.
Okay. If he's a 5-star guy, I'm going 5 stars on the other 59. I love that play. I've already played it also, like, again, Colorado over 41.5 is a team total. We are going to break down all of Lee's games on the other side because it's time to make some money. Don't forget, though, if you need a little help with some money, they got financing options available. So where it's Scooters Plus, 3425 Summer Avenue, parts, repairs, sales, and service. They have the best prices in the world. Why? Because they have the largest showroom. They move more product than anybody, and they keep their prices low because they're destroying the competition, and they're keeping cash in your pocket. Why? Because maybe you need some parts. Maybe you need to do little repairs. You got to keep your bike ready for when you're out on the road. Scooters Plus can help you do that. And again, they have financing options available. They got side-by-sides. They got four-wheelers, dirt bikes, motorcycles, scooters, golf carts, you name it, they got it at Scooters Plus. On the other side, Lee Sterling, Paramount Sports. Let's make some money. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
But if there is no room upon the hill.
Want to play a private country club but only pay daily greens fees? Meadowbrook Country Club in West Memphis is your place. You can now play a beautiful, challenging course for only $59 plus tax, including cards. Meadowbrook Country Club features champion Bermuda greens and now is available to everyone. A membership is only $350 per month and includes tennis, pickleball, and swimming, plus a great restaurant and bar. Golf Pro Mark can even fix you up with custom-made tricks on clubs. Call 870-394-4186 today for your Tuesday through Sunday tee time at Meadowbrook Country Club in West Memphis.
All 36 months, 650 acquisition fee, Forte LSX, PE 678605, MSRP 21610, Nero, P5078859, MSRP 41090, EV6, P5610964, MSRP 49687, includes all rebates and incentives, must finance through Hyundai, excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details, offer valid through 10/2/2023 with approved credit, dealer.com. Hey, Jeff Allen, I hear Gossett Kia South on Mount Moriah is about to blow my socks off.
That's right, Randy. Get 41 MPG Highway with the 2023 Kia Forte LXS, $229 a month, $29.99 do-it signing.
What about those cool new EVs?
I've got EV action with a 2023 Nero EV Win SUV, 253 miles of EPA, estimated range $269 a month, $49.99 do-it signing. And a 2023 Kia EV6 Win, 134 city, 101 highway MPGE, $399 a month, $49.99 do-it signing. Plus, you'll get a free charger with every EV purchase. All 36-month lease.
And Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. If you need a new roof for your home or business, we hope to hear from you and will work hard to earn your business. We are experts and certified in residential and commercial roofing, siding, and gutter installation. I have been serving the Memphis area for over 20 years, and now with two of my sons working with me, we plan to be here for years to come. So if you need a roof, please give us a call. On a personal note, what a great time it is to be a Memphis sports fan. With the Grizzlies and the Redbirds and 901 FC, not to mention Tigers football and basketball, it's going to be a fun year. Thanks to Coach Silverfield and Coach Hardaway and their staffs for their dedication to the student and athletes, the University of Memphis, the City of Memphis, and us fans. Five Ash Roof Services, a proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Five Ash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
If you want a great experience, you need to go to Genesis.
Meet Kendall Womble, who shopped several other jewelry stores but ended up at Genesis Diamonds with a bigger, better quality diamond for less.
Based on what I had seen elsewhere, I didn't know that this size diamond would be possible for me to have on my finger.
Are you ring shopping? Genesis Diamonds has one of the nation's largest selections of GIA-certified diamonds at the guaranteed best prices, bar none.
You're going to get the most value for your dollar at Genesis Diamonds. You're going to get the best customer service in town and probably in the entire state.
And that's what Kendall really loved. The personal attention, the relaxed environment, the no-pressure shopping experience.
This jewelry store was like home. It wasn't walking into corporate America. Nothing's a sales pitch here. It's all genuine. They're like a family.
Genesis Diamonds.
There would be no reason that I could ever think of that you would not go to Genesis first. And if you leave Genesis and try to shop around, you will come back to Genesis.
Memphis's direct diamond importer at Poplar and Perkins Extended.
There's only one place for great steaks, real Italian cuisine, Southern-style meats, and fresh vegetables. It's Fratello's. Fratello's Italian Steakhouse in Hernando has a family feel and a fantastic menu. Voted DeSoto's best new restaurant in 2022, Fratello's has your favorite cuts of prime steak, lamb, and pork, along with delicious Italian dishes. And nothing is better for lunch than Southern-style meats and veggies. All your favorites and more are waiting for you at Fratello's Italian Steakhouse, Highway 51 in Hernando.
Ole Miss Rebel Yell is back. The Rebel Yell Hotline Radio Show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Yancey Porter with 24/7 Sports, former Ole Miss defensive tackle Mike Fitzsimmons, Gordon Ford covering SEC Sports Call, and former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Darby. From kickoff to free throw to extra innings, your Ole Miss sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline Show right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM. Your Mid-South sports station.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Oh, yeah.
That is one of those things. When things get too heavy, just call me helium.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a Little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Got Jay Morgan Harder hanging out with me. A big thanks to Deanna Perazo. She joined us earlier in the show. She's going to be here in Memphis on the 22nd and 23rd of September. She's doing a little wrestling. Impact Wrestling is coming back to Memphis after 11 years. You can check her out at Graceland Live. It's going to be awesome. Don't forget, though, we got a lot of stuff going on. Like, we're going to make some money this week, and I've been making lots of money. I've been fired up, man. It's been a great start to the year. Big thanks, though, to Lee Sterling over at Paramount Sports for making me have so much energy and just walk a little bit taller. I feel I look a lot better, and I know that my bankroll is doing a lot better. What's up, Lee? How's life?
Great. How can it not be good when you go 11-3 last week and
I know it's great.
It's a 45-unit play. I am sending you. Have them send me your cell number. I'm going to send you. We have a 50-unit UFC selection this weekend. We're 15-2 on those. Last 17, we have a 50-unit baseball selection where we're 9-2 on those 40 to 50 units tonight. I don't have a 40 to 50 unit football. Sorry, but back-to-back days baseball and UFC will keep you going.
You've already given me a 50-unit play on UFC this week. I had a 45-unit play last week. Again, you went completely banana sandwiches. And I don't know if you know this, but after last weekend, when we had such a wonderful weekend, I went ahead and bought tickets to. I'm flying to Denver on October 4th. I'm going to go see a couple concerts at Red Rocks.
Oh,
Red
Rocks!
Yes,
one of my
baby.
all-time favorites.
I know.
Oh, you're killing me, Smalls.
Well, hey, you're the reason I'm going, so thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Who are you going to see?
I'm going to go see Goose. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Yeah, I've heard of Goose. You know, they had a concert. One of my friends was going to a concert last night, but it was 95% chance of rain. It's supposed to rain from like 4 in the afternoon to 1 in the morning. So I said, "Are you going?" He goes, "Yeah, I got a double raincoat."
Oh, my goodness, man. I can't wait to do that. But again, we've been tearing it up. You just need to go to ParamountSports.com, get in on the action. Now, I got to also bring up before we get to our games,
Yep.
Miami fans are going to be showing up at your games going forward, aren't they?
I think that they finally have turned the corner. Now, are we a top 10 team? Not so sure. But I think we're probably somewhere between 11 and 20 and, finally win a big game. It wasn't like when we beat Notre Dame in 2017, it was a fluke. I mean, that place was like electric. It was like the old Orange Bowl. Notre Dame, I mean, they just tightened up, and we couldn't play that game if we played that game 100 times. But I think we're really for real now. So are we top 10? Probably not, but I think we're headed in the right direction. Just yesterday, I had a 5+. I didn't know there was one of the guys who works for me came in. He goes, we got a 5+. I'm like, what is that? He goes, it's higher than even a 5-star. I'm like, did you know about that?
I did not know about that.
Here's what he told me. I think there's like 4 different recruiting services. If someone is in the top 10 in all 4, it's considered a 5+ player. It's a kid for 25. He's, I think, like anywhere between 4 and 6, a defensive lineman for the 25 class. I think he's something like 6'2", 6'3", 315 pounds, and runs like a 4.7, 4.8 40.
What?
They had guys that size. You played quarterback too, right, Johnny?
Yes.
And how tall are you?
I'm 5'11" on a
What
good day
did
with
you weigh
cleats.
when you were in high school?
$185.
That's what I was. Okay, same thing. Can you imagine someone that size landing on you?
I'd be broken.
There was a guy I don't know if you remember this name. His name was Derwin Jones. Played with Jerome Brown. He was on I think the 83 and maybe even the 86 or 87 team. When he was a sophomore,
He played at Miami, didn't he?
Yeah, he played at UM. Yeah. So he was a sophomore, I was a senior. He literally jumped. He was playing nose guard. Jumped over our center. Our center, I think, ducked his head. That was part of the problem, and started chasing me. First play of the game. This guy hits me. I'm done. I mean, I'm fast, but I threw the ball away. I told my center, if that ever happens again, if you ever lower your head like that, I said, not only will he take you, I said, I'm going to put your whole offensive line against you. So,
Goodness gracious. By any chance, did you catch that terrible game last night by Memphis?
I did. You know what? A couple thoughts that I had on the game, and I actually watched it twice. So, how they lost that momentum but that inside linebacker who was too slow to make the read on their long option pitch to the tailback. That was the beginning of the end. I've never seen it. Navy was dead at that point. Would you agree?
Yep.
It looked like they could have come down and scored every single time. And then that play happens, and they were energized. And then it looked like, the Fairleigh defense, one of the high schools in your city.
In Memphis, Fairleigh High School.
Looked like the Fairleigh defense tackling. And then two awful play calls also. When they were backed up inside the 10, you have a third and 6 or 8. What are you doing sending all 3 guys long? I mean, this isn't like, play football in the street. That was a horrible call, and they had to punt. And then they tried it again when they're trying to, to run out the clock, and it was intercepted.
That was a horrible pass, too. I mean, I don't know what Seth Hennigan was doing. Horrible play call.
Dude, go look at it. It's the same exact play. Terrible.
It was. And I'll tell you one thing. Memphis fans are just lucky that they got that dub last night.
Oh, I mean, at least you got to give the kids credit. They recovered. It could have been a disaster. They could have lost that game by 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, it was getting unhandled.
That is a bad Navy team. Bad.
It was also a bad Fairleigh defense team last night when it came to tackling.
Right. But give them credit. In the end, they were the reason they won the game.
They did win, and I am a little bit fired up though because Matt, last night Memphis got the win. Luckily, I got the cover with the the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's Friday, so tomorrow I'm heading down to Oxford for a little Georgia Tech action. The one thing is Ole Miss beat them in Atlanta last year, 42-0. This year the line came out and it's 18.5, and I thought to myself, Ole Miss. But if you look at this Georgia Tech team, they seem a lot better than last year. Which side is this a game that I take Ole Miss or do I lay off?
Okay, they are better. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, but I still think they're a long ways away. And here's what happens. When they played Louisville, they should have lost that game by 4 touchdowns. They hit on some big plays. They got lucky. So sometimes you look at scores, you look at box scores, they're misleading. Haynes King can make some great plays, and he can make some bonehead plays. That's the reason he's not at A&M anymore. Also, Connor Wegman just flat out beat him out. They just don't have the depth. They get to the 3rd and 4th quarter. That's the difference here. Sometimes you got to lay it if you want to play it. I like Ole Miss here. I think they win this game here, 38-7.
Hotty toddy, and I hope also Quinshon Judkins and that run game finally get going because Ole Miss first Tulane last week scared the hell out of me.
It really hasn't taken off yet.
No, it has not, and not what I expected it to be.
What do you think? You think it's the O-line?
I think it's the O-line, and also they're just dropping 8 guys in the box every single time. Darren, just basically saying Jackson Dart beat me down the field, and Lane wants to run the football, but we'll see. Now this game, the Tennessee and Florida game. We're going to talk about, the side. But I do have to ask you, I hope I didn't screw things up, but I didn't talk to you yet about it, but I already laid a nice little chunk of change on that under 59.5. Tennessee heading down to Florida. 2 offenses that I think are going in wrong directions. Do you like that total at the under 59?
I do favor the under, but I do think that Florida's the right side more than the total. Here's why.
Ooh.
They've dominated the series, won 16 out of 18. 14 of the 18 they covered, even when they were outmanned last year. And we're talking about Hendon Hooker was on fire in that game. He only had 6 incompletions. They only won 38-33. Tennessee's receivers are not the same. And the Florida first game against Utah, they were backed up inside the 10, I think 4 times. How'd you like to be a brand-new quarterback and you're facing Utah on the road and you're backed up 4 times? They had a bunch of penalties. I think they had double-digit penalties in the game. I'm not saying Graham Mertz is great, but he looked a lot better last week against McNeese State here. I like the dog here. I'm taking Florida here at home. I think home field advantage is huge. Ben Hill, Griffin, who knows, whatever they want to name it, stadium. Florida, 30-27.
30-27. Did you say they got the outright win?
Yep.
Ooh, I might have to sprinkle.
You're going to lay a touchdown with Joe Milton?
No, I'm not. Okay. I am not because we
know
looks
great. I mean,
who we think he
looks
is.
Like Tarzan, sometimes plays like Jane.
Absolutely. Damn, I love that. He does look like Tarzan and play like Jane. Now, LSU heading down to Stark Vegas. Mississippi State's getting 10 points. They are at home. The weird thing is I don't even know who this Mississippi State team is. They're not throwing the ball. Will Rogers only threw 17 passes last week against Arizona. They had to go to overtime to beat Arizona. The Pac-12 is a lot better. I'm not sure how great Arizona is. But, man, LSU laying the 10 after getting smoked by Florida State. Who you like? Which side are we playing, Lee?
All right, so when Mississippi State started the game off last year, up 13-0. LSU roared right back, 31-16 win. LSU, I believe, is much improved over last year. They didn't show it in the first game, but a lot of teams improved the most from the first to the second game. And as you said, Mississippi State, I think they're worse. I mean, they got four. How'd you like to have four? I don't think I've ever been in a game that I played in where the other team turned the ball over the first 4 times. And we played some bad teams. I mean, there were some teams that, they didn't belong on a football field. They didn't turn it over 4 times, and they only won 31-24. They were outgained 431 to 307. I don't like what I'm seeing so far. Kevin Barbay's offense here from App State, who they brought in. They also had 9 penalties for 90 yards. Unless Mississippi State hits on some vertical passing plays down the field, I think they're in trouble. LSU has scored 30 points the last 10 times they played since the start of last year. LSU also 12-3 the last 15 in Stark Vegas. LSU pulls away 37-20.
37-20. We're battling. We're backing the boys from Baton Rouge. I'm looking forward to that bad boy. I hope.
Who's your most hated team? I know you're an Ole Miss fan.
You know what? The team
Alabama,
I dislike
LSU.
See, I'm the weirdo, man. I don't really hate anybody. I hate the team that I'm not betting. I hate the team that I love my money so much that if I bet on
you just weren't betting on anything, and you were just watching games, who would you want to lose?
I don't like Auburn. Like, I just don't like Auburn. I don't know why. I never have liked them. Don't like them. Loved Bo Jackson, but that's the only thing that ever came out of Auburn that I was really down with.
It was good. Okay.
Now, we're going to do a little gear switch right here. That's a little college football we were talking about. Again, Lee's got all kinds of amazing stuff at ParamountSports.com. If you want to check out his videos, you want to do a little bit of learning, go check it out. It's ParamountSports.com. Lee, in the National Football League, you're on fire.
Yep.
Kansas City, are they going to start the season 0-2? They go to Jacksonville as only a 3-point favorite.
The public is going to bet Jacksonville. First 2 things I always check is weather and injuries. Jacksonville could be down 2 starting offensive linemen, starters, and a backup. So Chris Jones is coming back. How important is he to Kansas City? And they only gave up 14 points on Thursday night, opening night against Detroit. They've allowed 20 fewer rushing yards per game last 5 years when he's not in the lineup. So he's that important. Travis Kelce, how important is he? Patrick Mahomes, just 10 for 22 throwing to his receivers. That was the worst completion percentage to wide receivers since he had been instituted as the starter here.
Whoa.
KC's not going 0-2. KC, 31-23.
KC 31-23. Man, Kadarius Toney's going to finally catch the football this week.
Oh, God.
Was that embarrassing on, the first game of the NFL year? You got the Lions, you got the Chiefs, and my man out there was just looking foolish, couldn't hold on to anything.
Just don't talk. I love what Walter Payton used to say. Just hand the official the football when you cross the end zone.
Man, now the Chargers game, by the way, Lee all over the Dolphins. Lee, again, thank you so very much. That was the most entertaining football game.
Mm-hmm.
It was also one that I had butterflies in my stomach, like back and forth the whole day. I mean, it started off, Tua just goes right down the field. They get within the 5-yard line, and then he fumbles the damn football. And I'm like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
It was just a wild, wild game. Not exactly, that Chargers defense. I think they're going to be better than that. But the weapons for Miami are just nasty. They play a Tennessee Titans team that hadn't scored a field goal. Hadn't scored a touchdown. They've only got 5 field goals. Ryan Tannehill is terrible. Should have had 6 picks last week. Only had 3. But they're only getting 3 points at home against the Chargers offense that can put up points. This one looks a little fishy.
Here's the thing with the Dolphins win. They've been practicing for 3 weeks for that game. they had put in like 15, 20 plays. So the Chargers were up against it. They were right in the game. They don't have any injuries this year. They're usually, decimated with injuries. Not the case. They ran for 234 at almost a 6 yards per carry clip in that game against the Dolphins here. They only have to worry about two guys. Don't have to worry about Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill could get benched in this game. He could be done pretty soon. DeAndre Hopkins looks decent, and then Derrick Henry. I just think that's it. I think the Chargers are the right side, 31-20.
Man, me too. There's just no way. The Tennessee Titans, I just feel like their defense is good, but that offense is terrible. Now, you're giving out a free play. Tell all the people how you can get Georgia versus South Carolina. Currently, Georgia's a 27.5-point favorite. How do they get the free play?
You want to get it for free? Call 800-400-9741. Again, the number, 800-400-9741. First 10 callers get it for free. I got a real strong opinion on this Georgia-South Carolina game. 800-400-9741. 3 ways to win. You want to get on my UFC selection, 5 selections, $35, and includes a 50-unit best bet where we're 15-2 on these 40 to 50-unit best bets the last 8 months. Baseball, I have a rare 50-unit play. We're 9-2 on these. The rest of the season through the World Series, $197. In football, 11-3 week last week. First weekend, we're selling just a weekend package. Normally, you have to be a monthly or season subscriber. It's called the world's famous Baker's Dozen. 13 games, $97, one place, ParamountSports.com.
Lee, man, thank you so much for sending me to Red Rocks, man. I'm telling you, I appreciate everything you've done. Also want to remind everybody out there, you need to go to ParamountSports.com as well. Again, there's so much information on your website. You got the Gators and Tennessee Vols video breakdown, LSU, Illinois, Penn State. It's a wonderful
keep rotating videos all night long, so check them all out.
Check them out. And again, call 800-400-9741. If you're one of the first 10 callers, you get South Carolina, Georgia absolutely free. Be blessed. Let's keep up the winning, Lee.
You too, my brother. Take care.
That is Lee Sterling, Paramount Sports. Now, I got to tell you a little something. Man, it is Friday. When I get off work, I'm going to go by my local liquor store. I'm going to get the best spirit around. Of course, the best spirit in the world is Tito's Handmade Vodka. It's crafted and distilled here in the United States down in Austin, Texas. It's 100% corn, so it's gluten-free. It's 6 times distilled, then stilled in classic copper pots. That's what gives it a unique flavor, slightly sweet with that black pepper note balancing everything out. Doesn't matter if you're crafting a cocktail or you're drinking in neat. Get your Tito's on today. If life hands you lemons, don't freak out, don't fret, don't stress. Just make a lemon drop. Always make sure it's with Tito's Handmade Vodka. Now, Mr. Jay Morgan, he is in the hizzy. Haven't had a chance to say hello to you. How are you doing? Happy Friday, Jay.
Happy Friday, John.
Man, I'm kind of curious. You're a big NFL guy. You heard Lee talk about the Jags game. Earlier in this week, I was kind of looking towards the Jags. But, man, not just because of Lee. Like yesterday I started leaning when I saw a lot of that money and every single person on television pick Jacksonville and say, Kansas City is going to start 0-2. The Jags are that good. But then, like you said, you look at the injury report. You see that their offensive line for Jacksonville's banged up. You see how they struggled against Anthony Richardson in week 1. This ain't Anthony Richardson, bro. This is Patrick bleeping Mahomes. Travis Kelce's back. I know Kadarius Toney dropped 100 balls. I don't see that this week. I absolutely love Kansas City minus the 3. I've completely switched gears. You still living over there in Jacksonville down in Florida, or are you kind of starting to lead for that Kansas City beef?
I never really I don't think I ever was really leaning towards Jacksonville. This one kind of scares me a lot, though. I would tend to take the points, but being in Jacksonville does worry me. If I could replace that favorite with a different favorite, I think my favorite, how about that?
Favorite, I love that.
My favorite in the NFL this week is Denver. I just don't. Denver's 3-point favorites against the Commanders. There's no way Sean Payton starts the season
0-2 at home.
There's just no way. I just don't see it happening. Washington was not that impressive last week. They ended up winning by 5 points last week.
They played a team in the Arizona Cardinals, who I'm going to give Arizona's defense a lot of credit, but I also haven't seen them play against anybody else, so it could have been Washington's offense.
Week 1,
In week 1. But I will say that Arizona offense was disgustingly bad. It was as bad as Tennessee Titans were. Actually, it was worse than the Titans. Joshua Dobbs, playing quarterback, could not do anything. Their touchdown that they scored in that ball game was a defensive touchdown on a Sam Howell fumble. I mean, they struggled at home against Arizona. I can definitely see them going on the road and losing in Denver. And also, yes, Broncos lost to the Raiders.
And they should be a way bigger favorite than 3 points at home against that terrible team in the Commanders.
But losing like that'll do that to you. But, man, should we actually look at the Raiders as maybe actually going to be pretty decent this year?
Let's wait a couple weeks.
Like the offense, hey, man, Jimmy G,
he did look
with
real
those
good.
weapons, look nasty, I thought.
Jimmy G might have a little Kirk Cousins in him, though, he'll show up and then then not show up. You know what I mean?
Dude, speaking of like Kirk Cousins,
super highs and lows. Yeah, but prime time now.
They've fallen on some rough times starting 0-2. They're turnover machines right now. Go down to Tampa Bay, turn it over, and lose to Baker Mayfield. And then last night, I don't even know what that was in the first half. That was crazy.
One thing we know about Kirk Cousins, he stinks in prime time. But you give him a noon game or a 3 o'clock game on a Sunday, oh, man, that guy's Bart Starr.
That is such a good point. Why is he always so good?
I don't know,
except for in prime time.
I don't know, man.
But, yeah, Jimmy G in the first week was 20 for 26, 200 yards, and 2 tutties. Nice. And by the way, Josh Jacobs, the one thing that scares me for the Raiders, I thought their run game looked terrible. Terrible. That's one thing they're going to have to get better at. But Jimmy G throwing that football. We got more sports to talk about because we have our good buddy Uncle Brasky joining me. But I wanted to remind y'all of something cool. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. That's what I'm talking about. Have you heard about Tipsy Tabs? If you haven't, where the heck have you been? They are the party smarter, party starter. They're the thing you need to make better bad decisions. They're awesome. And I'm going to tell you right now, they are Delta 8, Delta 9, Delta 10, and HHC. It's a proprietary blend of hemp-derived. You take one of these or a half of one, and the good thing about it is they're a proprietary blend. Like they break this down. It's not into oil. So when you take a gummy, it takes usually like 30, 45 minutes to an hour sometimes before you even feel it. This thing comes in this thing sets in less than 10 minutes. So you take that bad boy, you can take a half, you can take a whole, kind of fill out your body how you want. If you want to party hard, take 2 of those junts. You know what I'm saying? But, start off with like a half or one because they're very strong. They come in packs of 4. They're also they have no sugar, there's no calories, no artificial colors, no artificial sweeteners, no hangover, nothing but yummy, yummy in my tummy and feeling good. And speaking of yummy, yummy in my tummy, I love their slogan, bite me, chew me, suck me, however you like me. Just put one Tipsy Tab in your mouth. Grab a Tipsy Tab today. And don't forget, go online, gettipsy.co. That's gettipsy.co. Go to that website. You order a big old pack. You get 15% off using my discount code Johnny Radio. That's right, Johnny Radio. If you buy 2 packs, 30% off your total price, plus the shipping is free. So that's gettipsy.co. These things are bad to the bone. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Again, it's a party starter. It's a party smarter. It's also a way to make better bad decisions. Check out Tipsy Tabs today. On the other side, we got Uncle Brasky. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey everybody, fall is happening here in Olive Branch at All-Star Chevy. Not only can you get the new 2023 Silverado this week, you can get financing as low as 0 interest for 3 months with no payments. And your good credit deserves this. So come drive a Silverado or one of these new Traverses. See Kevin or Jeff if you want to do a custom order. And if you're a first responder, educator, military, recent college grad, healthcare professional, September is your month for bonus cash and more here at All-Star Chevy. Just see Kevin or Jeff, and they asked me to thank all of you who are bringing your cars and your trucks here to sell. All-Star is still paying crazy good money, and you can get a check today, even if you still owe money on it. And All-Star's certified and pre-owned selection is loaded. I see lots of Silverados, Ram trucks, here's a Denali, even a Mercedes. They're all spot on. And if you need service or maintenance, call Sean or Jeff in the All-Star Service Department. Remember, it's not the Pike, not South Haven, not Bartlett, not Mount Moriah or Collierville. It's got to be Olive Branch, people. So find new roads to All-Star Chevy today or go to allstarautogroup.com.
Uncorn flavor, Corky's barbecue.
Hi, Jimmy Stovall here with Corky's Barbecue. Catering has been our specialty for almost 40 years. Corky's makes it easy for you to impress your guests at parties, family reunions, weddings, or just treating your hardworking employees to a great meal to say thank you. Let us do all the work and you take all the credit. We will come to your location, set up and serve your hungry guests an all-you-can-eat barbecue buffet starting at only $9.99 per person.
Corky's barbecue.
We're in the break room at a traditional jewelry store here.
Hey, Mark, I know it's our job here to try and sell every piece of jewelry, but don't sell this ring. I'm going to try to use my employee discount to buy it for my wife.
Okay, but you know you can get a better deal at Genesis Diamonds.
Genesis Diamonds? Are you crazy? Better not let the boss hear you.
All I'm saying is I got a pair of diamond stud earrings there for my wife and paid a lot less than what we charge here, even after my employee discount.
Wow, really?
You never know who you'll see shopping at Genesis Diamonds. With no middleman pricing on the best selection of diamond rings, earrings, pendants, bands, and bracelets, it's a no-brainer.
I admire your dedication to our jewelry store and not going to Genesis. I know the boss really appreciates your loyalty.
It's just the right thing to do, man.
And it's nice your wife won't mind getting a smaller diamond.
On second thought, can you cover me while I take a break?
Genesis Diamonds, the smart alternative to old-fashioned jewelry shopping. With more selection, lower prices, higher quality, stronger warranties, and zero pressure at Poplar and Perkins Extended.
Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch has an offer you can't refuse. They will pay you to do business with them if you want luxury. And I'm talking the Genesis G70 car. If you would love to have that kind of new technology, they will give you a $1,000 rebate when you finance with Genesis Motor Finance. In other words, they'll pay you $1,000 to do business with them, and you get brand new luxury. You can't beat it. That's Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis, right at the corner of Craft Road and Highway 78 in Olive Branch. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis in Olive Branch, where customer retention is amazing. There's a reason. They take care of you with a team that's been together for a long time. Whether it's finance or whether it's service, you can't beat them. Homer Skelton Hyundai Genesis.
4.9 liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to Little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan's hanging out with me, and it's time to talk with Uncle Brasky. We got our bets in from Lee Sterling. Make sure you go to ParamountSports.com or give the phone number right now. Call him, 800-400-9741 if you want the free play. First 10 callers get it. It is the Georgia-South Carolina game. Don't forget, though, hop on board. 11-3 last week. He's got a 50-unit baseball play. He's got a 50-unit UFC play this weekend, and he's got a baker's dozen in the National Football League and college football combined over Saturday and Sunday. ParamountSports.com. Now, I got to also tell you a little something. I'm going down to Oxford tomorrow. It's a night game, man. 6:30 kick. You know, if you can't make it down there, you can catch all the action right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM as the pregame begins right here on these airwaves at 4:30. Ole Miss, Georgia Tech. But since it's like at 6:30, I can get up in the afternoon. I can grab Chas. We can go down to Frontier Western Store at 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. Everybody's wearing red. I can give me a nice red shirt, some pants. Oh, man, Chas is going to look good in them cowboy boots, or they're actually going to be cowgirl boots for her. Again, they have a ladies' boutique, a children's department, a men's department. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. If you want to be styling, if you want to be profiling, check them out. If you can't get to Olive Branch, go online to FrontierWesternStore.com frontierwesternstore.com. That's frontierwesternstore.com. They ship their order out within 24 hours, and any order of $75 or more is shipped absolutely free. What's up, Uncle Brasky? How is life?
Man, it couldn't be better, Johnny. How'd you like that play last week on Ole Miss?
That was the Willie Fritz cover of the year. I was not a happy person for 3 quarters, I can tell you that much. And at the end of the halftime, that was the most lonely. Like, I was up at the Shell with a bunch of the buddies. You know the boys I was up there with. I was hanging out. The Mulwaneys were up there. You had little Freddie Tate, little Slap up there, some Cleve. We're up there watching that game, man. That was the quietest that bar has ever been during, like, the first half because Ole Miss looked terrible.
You're right. Couldn't run the ball. They looked awful. But I told you they were going to cover by 17, and they did.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Thank you,
We
Willie
didn't know
Fritz.
how they were going to get there.
With 2 minutes left in that game, you didn't have a chance in hell. And then somehow, all of a sudden, Willie Fritz does Willie Fritz things, and they put the ball in. And we had what was it? What was it? The lineman called it a scoop and score, but he called it like
Scoop and score.
Like a fat boy scoop and score or something. I can't even remember, but it was pretty funny. Anyway, point is, they got the cover, and I did love it. I appreciate it. It padded my bank account. So where's Money? He's in Denver.
He's out there in Denver on that Rocky Mountain High. I'm sure he's having a good time in Denver. I had to really work double time to come up with these plays this week. I really did. And,
your main job, by the way, just so you know, like for people who want to know what you do for a living, his job is he's a beer tester every afternoon as he walks his laps around the square.
Correct. I make sure everything's up to standard before game weekend.
That's exactly the truth.
And I'm fixing to head up there in a minute after I give you all these plays. But I want to tell you, Big Slender, I think I've never let the man down, and he doesn't understand. But I don't think I've ever let him down so bad as I did yesterday, Johnny.
Uh-oh. What'd you do?
Well, I was going to go over at the Gold Strike and eat lunch for free because I was down in the area. And I went over there and got on the blackjack table. And anyway, this is the way I'd play it. I don't know if you play blackjack or not, do you?
Not too much. I mean, of course I play the game, but I'm more of a sports gambler. I hate those damn cards. They don't ever work out for me.
Well, they didn't work out yesterday, but they should have. I was over there, and of course I lost $300 real quick, and then I bet $100 out there, and I collected Billy's money from the sports book and had it in my pocket.
Oh no.
Well, I get a pair of 3 against the 6. So you got to split them.
Yes, you do.
So I took another one. You got to do it. It's the way you play. I took another $100 of Billy's money Slender's money out of my pocket and split them. Well, then I get, on the first 3, I get a 7. So you got to double down. So I took another $100 of Slender's money and threw there and doubled down and got a 6. So I had a 16. Well, then we get to the next 3 over there. Well, I draw another 7 on it. So you got to double down. So I took another one of Slender's 100, put it on there, and I got a deuce on that one. So I had 16 and 12 against the 6. Dealer had an ace in the hole, so it's a soft 17. They got to hit it. Well, they draw a 10. Beat me 17. I had 16 and 12, so I lost his money there.
Oh, no.
So, I figured I'll try to get it back, so I took another 100 down through, and of course, I lost that on the next hand. So I was leaving there, and I was going to call him, because I knew he was going to be excited about collecting. And I said, I really messed up, Slender. What'd you do? I said, man, I just messed up. What'd you break down at my house? I said, I didn't break anything. I said, but I lost your money. He went into a screaming fit with me on the phone. I said, don't worry, I'll Venmo it to you. I just can't go see the Timeless Teller for a while. Well, I need that money to go to Ohio State. I said, man, you'll get it. Don't worry about it, so. But the day started off pretty bad. So, but we're going to get to better stuff. We're going to get to better stuff. Now, I also want to mention who won Freak of the Week this week.
Freak of the Week. I guess Mel Tucker.
Absolutely, Johnny. How do you get fired from $100 million job?
I honestly don't know because I don't think there's any chance I will ever get a $100 million job. So to get it and then get fired before you can collect on that bad boy, that is just ouch.
Man, what do you think his kids are looking at him like?
It's a great question. You know what they're doing?
I know. Well, my brother, you ever remember them 1-900 numbers? That was 1-900 dial or whatever.
Oh yeah, back in the
Used to
the
have on the
90s.
TV. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I came home one evening from work, and my mother has the phone bill in her hand,
Oh god.
and she comes over there slapping me. I said, "What? You're going to pay this phone bill like $480 or something?" It was astronomical. I said, "Mother, I hadn't been called. You're lying to me back." She had hit me upside the head. I said, "Mother, I didn't." I said, "Well, who else would do it?" I said, "Well, maybe Dad or my brother. I don't know. It wasn't me."
I'm not the only male in the house.
Correct. Well, anyway, my brother he was in high school. He come in from football practice or something and come up there, and he goes, "Man, what's going on?" I said, "Man, Mother, somebody's been calling 1-900 numbers." And my brother fessed up to me that it was him. So anyway, I carried him downstairs because I was going to have to pay that bad boy back. Yeah, carried him downstairs when my mother started wailing on him, whipping him. Oh, I mean, she about beat the boy half to death. So anyway, finally come out with me and my dad. We just shamed him. His friends would come over. We'd say, "Man, I wouldn't touch nothing up there. He had 480 minutes of bourbon with $1-900 doll. I wouldn't touch nothing in that room." Well, a few months passed. And, once you get caught perving, you're always going to be labeled,
Mm-hmm.
So I was up there one night drunk and stoned, and I decided to call the number because I knew I wouldn't get in trouble. I saw them infomercials, so I called. Man, it was about 3 months later. I come in. My brother's got a big old handprint upside his head. They got him sitting at the table in there with the telephone bill again, asking him if he needed to go to counseling. I said, "Mother, I think he does need to go to counseling." I never told him I called it after that. Of course, because he's going to get the blame for it.
Throwing him under the bus.
Absolutely, I would. Because he didn't do what I asked him to do. Why wouldn't you?
That's a good brother right there, Brasky. Hey,
I
man,
wanted-
you got to take advantage of the cards that you're dealt. And he's already made a mistake. You were lonely one night. You just decided, hey, man, I can call it too. You wanted to learn. You wanted to know how he spent $480. I would call that research.
Correct. I only ran it up about $60. I mean, I wasn't the all-nighter on that. I only did, about 30 minutes worth. All I did, but he got the blame for it, got slapped. They wanted to get him in a counseling program. So anyway, I don't know what you do with Mel Tucker. I
don't either.
When does that become a smart idea?
I mean, it's a crazy idea. You invite a victim of sexual assault to come and speak to your football players, your team, to basically kind of, warn them, let them know, what to do, what not to do. And then the person that you invited to talk to your team, you're ending up then getting a little freaky deaky with on the telephone. It's one of those stories that you just don't even know. It's going to be wild to see how this thing plays out.
And what's wild is he was a cheap date. Apparently, he bought her. He said he thought they were in a relationship.
Yeah.
He bought her some Air Jordans.
Dude, that is isn't that kind of like standard? If you come to a program, you do a little speech, you got to leave with some gear. I mean, that definitely wasn't much of a gift, and I bet he didn't pay for it. I'm sure he just went and got that out of his locker or something. Now, Uncle Brass, I got to know something because we are up against it. We got to get to a few of these games, baby.
All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do, Johnny. We're going to start out. Since money's not here, we went 4-1 last week.
Yes, you did. Everybody. By the way, everybody was getting rich last week, it feels like.
They were. Just stay away from the blackjack table.
Yes.
Do that, please.
I will.
The first game that I like Tulsa at home catching 28 in a hook against Oklahoma.
Ooh, 28 in the old hook. Now, is it because both teams are from Oklahoma and, Oklahoma people don't like Oklahoma people or something and they're going to just get nasty?
No. Oklahoma had trouble with SMU last week.
Yeah, they won by
I mean,
17, and I laid 17, so that was a game where I kissed my sister.
Correct. But I like it having that hook on there being over 4 touchdowns. Tulsa can score. And apparently, Arkansas State's not much.
Arkansas State's terrible. We saw how bad Memphis was last night, and they killed Arkansas State.
Arkansas State. So I think Tulsa here, I would take them with that big point just because it's a 5-score game, basically.
I bet, but you can watch tomorrow on the Deuce, by the way. You're actually going to see that game if you bet it. I like it.
And the next play, and this looks off to me, and that's what scares me. I like Iowa State -3 to the Ohio Bobcats.
Ooh, that one does look a little bit crazy. Now, I will tell you the Ohio Bobcats have one of the best quarterbacks in the country that you haven't heard of in Rourke. He did get injured in the very first game, but I think he's back for this one. And I will say, if he's out there slinging it around, Ohio's going to have the better offense. That game is scary. Which side are you going with?
I like Iowa State. They got better athletes.
They do have better athletes, and the other thing is though is that Rourke kid, he misses a lot of games, man. He gets injured. He's got the whole Tua situation going down. He got knocked out in the very first game in the very first quarter. He ended the season on the bench last year due to injury. If he plays the full game, that is a scary, scary play. But if he gets dinged up, their backup quarterback is just not going to be able to do it. He can't get it done through the air.
I like Iowa State here. I thought that number should have been at least a touchdown, being -3. You got to ride with Iowa State.
All right, let's ride.
Now, our next play here is I like Kansas State -4 over Missouri. That game is in Columbia, but I still like it. Kansas State is better coached. That number, to me, should be bigger than that.
Hey, I'm with it. I'm down with that. No, only thing Missouri has good is their defense. Their offense is just terrible. It could be a rock fight. Kansas State's not that great on defense, but their offense can get things done. I like that. Kansas State. They're also how many points is Kansas State laying?
4.
4? Yeah, definitely. I like Kansas State.
My next play, and I would only bet this first half, take Alabama -20.5. It's under 3 touchdowns. Take Alabama first half -20.5.
Shoot,
against South Florida. And they're playing this game at South Florida.
Yeah, Alabama's going to come out angry, I think.
They should. They should. They ought to come back and have their way with them. No way. I think they'll probably score 24-28 first half, maybe 28-0. Then they just start running the ball second half, run the clock out.
All right, I like it. We got Iowa State, we got Kansas State, we got Alabama first half. What's our dime bag?
Dime bag play of the week, and this is one I didn't understand the line. I like it under a touchdown. I like Tennessee -6.5 going to Florida. I think Florida is not very good.
Well, that's...
I would have thought that number would have been higher, John.
I will say, I feel what you're saying, but it's also hard to lay a touchdown when your quarterback's Joe Milton. I mean, against Austin Peay, there was a point in that game in the second quarter when I looked at the score, and Austin Peay was up 6-3 on Tennessee, and I'm like, damn, Joe, you're definitely, you ain't Hendon Hooker.
But when you watch that Utah game, all the false starts, I think Florida had a false start every play,
they did.
Seemed like.
And their right tackle was holding all night long on 83.
They were awful in that first game, and I think Tennessee can beat them, but they're going to have to get their offense clicking. They can't wait till the second half to get after them. But I think Tennessee beats them. I thought that number should have been bigger, should have been 10 points.
Heck, I'm also going to be seeing you tomorrow down at the Grove. We'll get together, have a little bit of Tito's.
What time you getting here?
I'm gonna get it down. I'm gonna get down to Oxford probably tomorrow around 12 o'clock, right around noon.
Now, Johnny, this here is a 6:30 game, so you ought to be able to make it on time.
Oh, I'm gonna be good this year. Listen, I've only been on time once last year. This year I'm 0 for 1, but I'm going to make it 1 for 2, and I'm going to be like, batting 500 for the on time. Man, you know what happens? I get down there, I start talking to people. Next thing you know, I'm doing this. I'm having a drink here. You know how it is. You're just everybody's talking and chatting, and it's hard to get through the Grove like in a timely manner.
I understand that. I understand that fully, but right next to the bell tower where the cheerleaders go in, I'll be down there in a tent right there. They've got some music.
Oh, I know where you're at. Actually, you know that.
Well, I'll be on the other end down there from where I was last year, all the way in front. I'm in front of the stadium.
Oh, beautiful! Well, shoot, you're right around the corner from where I'm at.
Where are you?
Right on that other corner.
Okay, well, I'm right there. If you walk into the student section, I'm right there in that big area. So come on down there, have plenty of beers. We'll have some Tito's. I mean, we're ready to rock and roll tomorrow.
Man, everybody's going to be having Tito's tomorrow. Brasky, you be blessed. I'll see you tomorrow, my friend.
Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow, Johnny. Hey, hit these picks. Let's get it going.
Let's get it going. That's Uncle Brasky. He needs to win so he can pay back old Billy Ryan, a.k.a. Big Slender. Now, we've got to take a quick time out. But before we do, I wanted to tell you something very important. It is Friday, so make sure you go and get the best spirit around. Of course, that is Tito's handmade vodka, 100% gluten-free, made right here in the United States, down in Austin, Texas. I'm telling you right now, it's the 3-time winner of the Vodka Tonic of the Year. When you think spirits, the only thing you need to think of is the best, and that's Tito's handmade vodka. We got our final plays of the weekend on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Check. You might already know about the Acura MDX. V6 engine, seat 7. We have an announcement. We swapped that engine with a specially made 3-liter turbo V6, race-tuned the steering and suspension, and for the first time, added Type S performance to an SUV. So we're just gonna drop this right here. The Acura MDX and first ever MDX Type S. Acura, precision crafted performance.
Visit Acura of Memphis for summer of performance deals. AcuraofMemphis.com.
5-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. Roofing and siding, gutters too. We're the pros you can trust to get it done right. Call on us. 5-Ash Roofing, the name to know. 5-Ash Roofing, the only way to go. 5-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. 5-Ash Roofing.
Is that not the corniest thing you've ever heard? Can you believe I paid good money for that silly jingle? Well, the experts say make it memorable, and I think I got my money's worth. 5-Ash Roof Services, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. 5-Ash Roofing, 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
5-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Bartlett Small Engine has been serving quality power equipment since 1970. They have a full line of power equipment, parts, and services for most makes and models. Bartlett Small Engines has the best brands in the power tool industry, and they're all American made. Bartlett Small Engine is your can-do store. 6780 Summer Avenue. Call 901-386-9779.
Bartlett Small Engine has free pickup and delivery both at your home and curbside for lawnmowers, blowers, edgers, and any small engine. Call 901-386-9779. We interrupt this broadcast for special news and information concerning family leisure.
The world's biggest spa sale is back and bigger than ever at Family Leisure. How is that possible? Well, let me tell you. You start off with 50 different spa models to choose from 5 different manufacturers. Then you throw in up to 30% off in-stock spas and swim spas. But is that all? Oh, no. You get free upgrades on all in-stock spas, plus 24 months, same as cash. Wow! This is the kind of sale that you just can't have every day. But it's happening right now at Family Leisure, the world's biggest spa sale. Soak in the savings right now at Family Leisure, Witten Road and I-40. You know the place where family and fun come together.
Please remain calm and walk. Don't run to Family Leisure. And now back to your regular programming.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic-approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio, hanging out with Jay Morgan. Big thanks to Uncle Brasky, to our good buddy Lee Sterling at ParamountSports.com, to Deanna Perrazzo from Impact Wrestling. They'll be here the 22nd, 23rd. Of course, Jay Ham, the historian. He was on earlier. It's a Friday. It's a fun day. We've been having a blast, but I also got to talk to you men out there for just 1 second, and I need you to hear me. I know I've been making you a lot of money, but I also want to talk to y'all because I got to say something, man. You know, beauty's not just for women anymore. That's right. Take care of yourself. If you got low energy, maybe you need a little testosterone. You want to get your focus back. You want to get your energy levels back. You want to be good in the bedroom, testosterone, that'll help. You need to go to 901aesthetics.com. I'm telling you right now. And if you want to get in the bedroom and perform better, you're going to need that testosterone. But you also better look good if you want to be in the bedroom. Don't forget, my buddy was bald as an eagle. He went over to 901 Aesthetics, bing, bang, boom, has had 2 treatment. My man's growing hair. He's growing hair. They got everything over there. Testosterone and hormone replacement therapy for men and women. They also have weight loss injections. You know how I look skinny, man? Because I cheat. I call 901 Aesthetics. You do it by appointment only. That's 901-221-1256. I follow them on Facebook and Instagram, 901 Aesthetics. And I also go to 901aesthetics.com. They'll take care of you. Beauty is not just for women. Get your hair grown, get your testosterone right, look good. And also, they do hair removal. No more painful bikini waxes, people. Get out there, make this world a better place. See you on the flip side. Peace.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at triumphautosales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
If you need glass replaced, there's only one name you need to know. Binswanger Glass, the largest full-service glass company in the U.S. They've been an industry leader for over 145 years. For all your residential, commercial, or auto glass needs, Binswanger Glass is the name you need to know. 24-hour emergency service for all commercial customers, plus a nationwide warranty on all professionally installed glass. Visit Binswanger Glass in Midtown at 340 South Hollywood across from the Liberty Bowl. Visit binswingerglass.com. Binswanger Glass.
Worn-out tires are a safety hazard. TireRack.com reminds you to inspect your tires regularly. Grab a quarter, stick it in the tread. If you can see the top of Washington's head, it's time to replace. Go to TireRack.com/Colin, use the Tire Decision Guide to get a personalized tire recommendation. Choose from the full line of General tires and tread confidently. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
The Crazy Coop, America's premier wing destination, has 27 delicious flavors to choose from and counting. Like the Buffalo Ranch, a perfect combo of ranch seasoning with a little kick. Mango Habanero, sweet taste of mango followed by the heat. Or sweet maple bourbon, the taste will remind you of chicken and waffles. And that's just 3 of the amazing 27 chicken wing seasonings that you can get at the Crazy Coop in Bartlett at 7199 Stage Road. And now open the Crazy Coop Express at 1315 Ridgeway off Poplar. Some like it hot. How about the Crazy Sweet Lemon Pepper Hot or Crazy Suicide? Can't take the heat? Get the 4-cheese roasted garlic or barbecue bacon bourbon. Ask about the $9.99 lunch special. Now those are some crazy good prices. The Crazy Coop, 2 locations, 7199 Highway 64 between Appleton and Kirby Whitten, and 1315 Ridgeway off Poplar. Family owned and operated, The Crazy Coop, America's premier wing destination.